Hey guys, this is Vijay Sridhara and I once again am back with one more open source and free tool called Digital Storyboard. Couple of years back I have released this as a freeware. Now I am making it as open source, enhancing its core feature of scene size. So let me take you through how it works. This is how it looks like. Storyboarding is something that filmmakers, visual novel makers, they all need. So they have to analyze how a scene should look like, or who all will be part of scene, or how many scenes will be there, what will be the context of the scene. So these are very much required for filmmakers and game makers. So storyboarding can be done manually on a notebook, or there are expensive softwares which you can use to create storyboarding. But this is an open source software which will give you a lot of flexibility to create your own stories. It has three different scene sizes depending upon your need, but so far I have only found useful for medium size and big size. What are medium size and big size? I'm going to take you through on that. So let's look at this. This is a simple story that I was trying to create. So this is arranged in pages. You have about 999 pages. You can look at on the right side, there are about 999 pages. Each page can host up to 24 scenes. So a scene, if you are a digital content maker, then you know what a scene is. Scene is a part of a game or a movie where some characters will be there, or a context for the scene will be there. This scene will drive the subsequent scene or can follow a previous scene, right? So the director has to think about this scene before he can actually make that scene, right? So while thinking or while creating this scene, he can make some rough sketches, or he can put some digital images in there. So this is how it is. So a sample is put along with the installation. When you install the program, the program is installed into C, users, app data, local programs, digital storyboard, and there is a sample directory also. If you look at the program directory, there is also a sample directory. If you go into the sample, this is the default story that it is ported with. So there are three characters, each of them of size 35 by 105 pixels. This is the size it demands for characters if you want to use them. If you don't want to use them, that is fine, absolutely. If you want to use certain characters to be depicted in your storyboard, then you need to have 35 by 105 pixels of characters. So there are three characters here, Kathy, Pops and Tom. So let's look at that. So when I create a new this game can be edited by edit. So becoming an entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur's journey, this is genre. Children, sports, music, adult, drama, fiction. So you can choose one of the genre, and then you have to specify the scene size. Once you specify the scene size, it is fixed. You cannot alter it. Please understand that, because it has a lot of technical problems behind the scenes. So if you select medium size, you can use thumbnails for the characters. So Kathy, Pops and Tom, these are the thumbnails. So you can select the thumbnails from here, so and then put it here. And if you just put these characters here, by the file name, the characters will be populated here. Even if you put some other character, that will be overwritten by these characters. If you don't use thumbnails, then you can very well use the character names alone. Now in a game, specifically in a game, you have variables also playing a lot of they have a lot of significance in the game. So you can specify what variables you will be using in the game if it is game, and then, or you can ignore, you can use it on the fly when you actually develop the game. So now I create a scene by right clicking on this. This is a canvas of scenes. So each page can host up to 24 scenes in the medium size. So these are some of the scenes here. Each scene will have an ID. If you double click this, you can see that there is an ID. It comes as 5, 10, 15. This is the file that is ported with is an old file, which is the game file is an old file. Otherwise, in the new, In the new system, the ID start with 25, 50, 75, so on and so forth, so that you have in between two scenes there are multiple spaces where you can accommodate more scenes if you have forgotten. Right now in this one there is 5, 10, 15 and all, so you have only space for 5 more scenes in between. So if you have missed some scene, you can adjust in between. So that's how it works. So you develop the scene. So how should it look like? Who are will be the characters, for example, and what are the other dependent scenes, next scenes? What will be the dialogues? What will be the logic? If it is a game related, then you will put the logic. Remember, this is not a game development software, this is a storyboarding software. Here you are all putting what is there in your mind, so that when you actually develop the game scene, you will look at this data. Okay, I thought about this logic. Okay, these are the dialogues from here. So those are the things that you will bring in here and develop the scene actually in a game creator program. This is a storyboarding program. So if I open this, I did not put any thumbnail, I just put the character Tom. Now since the character Tom is associated with the thumbnail already in the game detail, in the edit, Tom is already present, so that thumbnail is shown here. So remember, this is 35 by 105 pixels in height, and you can accommodate up to 4 characters in this scene. If there are more than 4 characters, that is up to you, but it will not display in this part. The only 4 characters will be displayed here. So here there are 2 characters, so there is not much space left here, right? 2 more characters can be fit in here. And what else is shown? The number of characters that are in this scene, that are going to be in this scene, number of variables that are going to be in this scene, and then what are the subsequent scenes that it is driving. So this is up to you. If you want to use them, you can use them, or you can just ignore them. If the title of the scene itself makes sense to you, that is fine. You don't have to use anything else, right? For example, an introduction about the scene. So whatever you want, you introduce later in the game. Now Tom completing graduation, that's what this scene means. So you can see that there is certain amount of character truncation that is happening. So if it is more than 22 characters, it will truncate here, because it will go beyond this. In the medium size, in the large size scene, there is 50 characters. In the small size scene, there is 14 characters, I remember. So that's how they are organized. And then the dialogues are written here. In the second scene, Tom says, "Hi Pops, I've completed my graduation. And want to become an entrepreneur." Pops says, so this is not Pops, this is Pops. Pops says, "Are you crazy? It is not easy to do business. Get into a regular job." That's what he says. So if there is anything else that you want to put in here, that's fine. Otherwise, leave it there. And then goes out of the house. So Tom goes out of the house, and then in number 20 is Tom goes to the bank, and then Tom meets Kathy. So he finally becomes an entrepreneur. So you can add scene anywhere. I can also add scene here. So how will I add more scenes? So I come here, I will add a new scene. So this blue always gets a new scene that is added. You just have to drag it to the left or right to make it work for you. Okay. So this scene, any new scene that is added is always in that blue panel. So you just have to bring that scene to this place. Once you actually develop the game or a film for this scene, you can mark it as complete, so that this completion mark is there when you look at it back. Now you can also export all of this into a HTML file, so that you can take a printout and give it to the game developers or film developers to look at the specific scenes to actually develop. So let me save it into HTML file. So Tom entrepreneur. So I save it as HTML file. So it says successfully saved. So it comes as HTML file. All the images will be stored here. I can open this and see this. So what are the game characters? It has put all the characters here, and then it explains scenes. Scene 5, scene 10, scene 6, it was added later, so 25. So that's the medium size scene. You understood, right? So you can add more characters here, nothing wrong here. And then you can develop you can delete these scenes. For example, I delete this, 25 is deleted, 20 is deleted. I will move this scene to next page, page number 2. So when you go to page number 2, this scene is available. But where are the deleted scenes? So when you delete the scenes, you can only recover the scenes. So you just go to recover and identify what you want to recover. So it will show those scenes here. So I want to recover 20. So 20 will come to its original place. So you recover one more scene called 25. So you can recover these scenes. So even if you delete the scenes, they are there in the deleted scenes container from which you can recover back. And this is always there. So you can save it, and this file can be used again. You can also save as a copy with the characters in place, not the story, just the characters, not the scenes. Only the template you can save as a different file. For example, if I save as becoming 2, for example, so I saved the metadata. Now I open that. So what is there? All the scenes are gone. No, there will not be any scenes. You will only have the metadata that is there. So the characters will be there, the title will be there. You change according to your requirement, whatever is needed. You create new scenes from this. So the template will be saved, not the original scene file or original digital storyboard file. It will not copy entirely, only the characters and the initial metadata. So this is about general working. Let's look at the small ones. How does it look like? So when I create a new game, I will say a small scene film, children. So instead of this, I will select small. Here you will not use thumbnails. Thumbnails won't work. You can still use Tom, Kathy and all. But thumbnails, even if you use them, they will not work, because the scene size is very small. Why is the scene size so small? Because you have too many panels here, about 100 panels here. You can create about 100 scenes. So I create scene. I'm not bothered about who is there and who is not there. I can just indicate this. So it identifies that there is one character acting here, 0 variables and 1 scene next. You can also look at the scene ID. It is beginning with 25 and the next scene is 50. So next scene would be 75 and so on. So the scene number increment is that way, right? So this is about small scenes. So you can have as many scenes as you want till the page number 999. So let's create a new scene, new game or a film, new storyboard with a large one. So I have gathered the images for the large ones. These 5 images, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will call him Martin in his land. So I am developing this story. Farmer and his wife. How a farmer made a fortune. So this is a drama. I will select large here. So here also in the large section, you will not use thumbnails. You can use characters. For example, Martin, his wife name is Linda, and 2 characters so far. I can add as and when they appear. No variables as of now. So this is how the large scene appear. So here I want to make use of my sketches. If I have drawn some sketches for my scenes, I can use them so that I have more proper, more precise storyboard than the medium size and small size. So how will I use that? So I will create this one scene, and I can also change the page number as introduction. I can also change the scene name as introduction. I can also set the importance, so it's very important, it's very much important. Okay, so I have created a scene. So this area where there is a teal color or a green color, you say, it can accommodate an image. So I will right click on this and I will say add image. And where is my image? So I have created this folder called a story, and I will select this. Now that image has appeared here. See how beautiful it would be if you had drawn any storyboarding image and you put it here, and you can explain how the scene would look like in this area, right? You can add one more image and select this. So I will rename this as Martin used to work in his field. A new scene, and here I will select a new image and his wife. So why did it jump here? Because probably I'll fix it down the line, because these two scenes were like this, and I right click on this, I added an image, I clicked here, right? When I clicked here, it assumed that I have moved here, and then the scene also moved along with it. So I'll fix it down the line, but as of now it is what it is. So this is Linda works in school. This is another scene. I can also draw an outline here. Okay, I'm sorry, I can also write a story outline here, saying that I have to select edit, and then only I can edit. Martin and Linda. See, your characters are already named here, right? Martin, Linda. They're already named here. Now once they are named, when you show the outline, there is a shortcut to highlight the Martin and Linda's name. For example, I will specify Control 1. Martin has come here. Martin is so I will say edit and then say Martin is a very hard worker. And Control 2 is a intelligent and sympathetic teacher at the local school. So this is just an outline. I want to brief about the story before the story begins. So maybe something else, or a prequel before the story happens. So you can create this, and then you can remove the story outline. Okay, now I export them. Export this file as Martin and Linda, but it's a HTML file, right? So I will export the HTML file. It says successfully exported. So the images are stored into a folder called images, and then there is a HTML file. Now all these scene images are properly coming into your HTML file, right? You can again definitely do a print of this and give it to your developers. Once you have everything done, but you wanted to have some adjustment scenes in between this scene and this scene, you want to have an adjustment scene. So what you will do is you pull this here, or probably here, and then add a new scene. Instead of adding a new scene, you will say adjustment. I want a scene in between. So you will say what is the ID, probably 55. After 50 you can give 55, so it will convert it into 55, and that is used here. So that's all I had. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it and share it, and also subscribe to my channel for more tools like this, which are going to be free and open source. Thank you so much.